What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Michael. For those of you that are new, we're going to be speaking on the Capricorns. We're going to be doing a deck of 12, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And here we go. All right, Spirit, what do we have for the Capricorns? We have gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So a lot of you guys have different opportunities. You got to learn to be grateful. Listen, I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do and nothing like that. But in life, I feel like, this is my personal opinion, I feel like in certain situations, we can always want certain things, but we got to be grateful for the things that we have first and foremost. Because how we're going to appreciate those things when they come if we don't grateful for what we got? You know, I feel like that's how God looks at it. So it seems like, it almost seems like once you oh, I'm grateful for what I've got, it seems like everything just works itself out because all alone, that's what we needed to be doing. Don't mean you gotta really like what you're eating right now, but it's just a matter of being grateful for them small little blessings you receive, right? We have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. So doing anything that can offer growth in your life. Now, it's all about viewpoints for me. I feel like it's all about viewpoints. I feel like it don't matter necessarily if you're reading, if you're training, if you're doing anything major, nothing like that, but it's just about looking at things from a different aspect. For an example, if you go through something crazy, like a messed up situation, instead of you looking at it like a backstep or something that, you know, affected your life in a negative way, try to see if you can learn from it, thereby growing, you know? We have friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. So any friendship, any kin, any relationship, anything like that, any ship, any type of connection, right, is in your life for a reason. However you look at it, your neighbors, anybody that walks up to you, conversations, it all leads to something. You might not even know it right there and then, but eventually you'll find it. We have blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being, right? So accepting responsibility for yourselves. Yes, certain people could have played a role in your lifetime, but once you learn to accept what you have, you can move forward, right? This doesn't mean that you can discuss the topic, just not in a way where we're gonna allow these situations to continue to hold us on, you know? We have courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence, right? Of course, you're not always gonna be, you know, confident in things, but even though you're nervous, just try it out, especially if it's something that you feel like is going to bring productivity in life. Even if it's not something that's going to bring abundance or money or, you know, women, whatever, man, whatever, I don't know what you guys' desires are, but even if it's not something that's going to generally bring that, it could just be a simple hobby like going and playing tennis for free at a volunteer stadium or something like that. If it's going to make you productive and it's going to bring you guys peace and happiness and stuff like that, then, you know, try it out. Even if you feel like, you know, you suck at tennis, but you want to try it anyway. Who cares if people laugh? Try it out. You know what I'm saying? It's way better, for me personally, I feel like it's way better to go through situations and not be good at it and then come out, you know, better than to not try it all. I just think, you know, you have nothing to lose at that point. We have forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love, which is true. Again, you could talk about the situation that happened, but try to just forgive. Just try to let it go. You know, yeah, you could bring it up, you know, to remind yourself and to, it's kind of like learning a lesson in school, right? I talked about lessons. If you go to school, you learn a math quiz. The teacher's going to always bring it up. In fact, when you go to a different subject, like if you did algebra and you go to a different algebra, whatever, they always review something that you learned in like second grade or something like that. But everything's connected. So it's like that. You can talk about your situations with your peoples, or, you know, the encounterments you encountered, the things you encountered in life, but just not in a way where you're holding that grudge onto them, because you want to let that go in a sense, right? Again, you can talk about it, just learn to forgive, learn to let go, and move on. Feelings-wise, I'm saying. We have regret. We have, I know that I cannot change the past, right? So learning to not have regrets, like whatever you did in that time, even if you guys feel like at this moment you're like, well, let's say for an example, you left a job. And you're like, well, like when I say a job, I mean it's something that you was just there, or at the moment you was just there to just, you know, pay your bills, whatever. That's a job. A career is something you generally want to do for longevity of time, and you're willing to stick it out. Whenever you're just there to pay bills, then any job could replace your bills, right? So that's typically a job. So say you're at a job, you was there making money, you paid your bills. That's why you traded your time for money, because you wanted that. So you take this, you leave a job. Say your financial situations happen or whatever the case is, something happens to you or whatever. Now you start to reminisce like, oh, this and this. It's important that you guys don't regret your decisions, because you made those choices for a certain reason. You probably don't remember exactly the feeling you had when you was working there, or the feeling you had when you was doing something, but you did that for a certain reason. Never regret what you done in the past, even if it's bad or whatever. Listen, everything happens for a reason. If it was an accident, as long as it wasn't malicious intent, of course, you can pray for forgiveness. You know what I mean? I feel like that's better, because regretting gives a kind of it gives like an anchor type of thing. It's like a chip on your shoulder. It's like you're gonna keep this chip on your shoulder because you're just regretting it. Regret. That's all you're doing. You need to move forward and maybe pray for it and ask for forgiveness. And then once you send off that forgiveness, move on with it. But try to not regret the decision that you made in life, because you made them at the time of the moment. You couldn't see your future, you know what I mean? Even if you go to a fortune teller or whatever the case is, it's not like you're going to keep booking this type of appointment. So even if you did go to a fortune teller and she told you or he told you a situation that's going to come up, it's not like they have the time or you have the time to go to them every single day and ask every single time what's going to be tomorrow. Nobody really has time for that. You still got to do other things in life. And if you're so focused on the future, you're probably never going to get what you want, because you have to focus on the present to manifest your future, right? So, but my point with all of that, why I say all of that, is because you're just making decisions on the time and move. So there's no point in reacting in that way, right? We have trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly, right? So having trust in your intuition, having trust in everything that you do in your everyday basis, like everything, is influenced. The music you listen to, and I'm not saying certain music you should, no, listen to whatever you feel like you should listen to. That's your intuition kicking in. Listen to whatever you feel like you should listen to. Of course, be discernment to participate in that. When you're doing things, you have to acknowledge that it does influence us. The people we watch on YouTube, the people we communicate with, the people that we entertain, the people that we decide to bring into our lives, the relationships, the family members, all of that stuff influences us and our decision making. So just trust the process. Trust your ideas. I had ideas of like schedules and routines, and I just started to put them into practice. And they work out for me. They make me feel better. I get things done. I'm very productive. Well, me personally, I feel like I'm productive. So that's just my personal tip to you guys. Like, look, just trust the process. Trust what you guys, the ideas and stuff like that. There's ideas of, trying out a YouTube channel, or I'm going to try to go to the gym, or I'm going to try to read a book. If you think about something and it's productive, and you can see through other testimonials, like, other people are doing it, or other people have done it, and they've, if it's out there in the world for a reason, then, take that on. All right, what's next for Capricorns? We have grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. You guys ever lost something in your life, family members, pets, and things like that? It's just an opportunity to appreciate what was there. It's just a time to look back on it and just say, hey, I appreciate it. Apartment or whatever the case is. Now, that appreciation, I want you guys to extend it forward, of course. So when you think about something that you've once lost, that you dearly loved, just say, look, okay, that means the next thing that I love, I just gotta appreciate it while it's here, So that could be learned from your situation. See how you went through it, then you reminisced on it, and then your feelings are affected, but now you're reminiscing about it. So now you're learning from it. We have love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things, right? Again, you don't necessarily have to be fully optimistic or happy-go-lucky person to do this. This actually does help. It helped me a lot, especially in my lifetime. where I went through a couple of scenarios where I just try to see the good in things, even if it's a negative subject. Now, I spoke on this a while back when it comes on to helping family members and things like that. If you go through a situation, you help them, and then they turn around and act crazy or act weird or whatever the case is, like you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how that goes, right? It don't mean you regret. Again, going back to regret card, it don't mean that you regret helping them. It just means moving forward, you just limit the resources. It's that simple. You're not holding any grudges or nothing like that. You're just moving smarter. But you're moving with love because you decided, okay, look, I'm going to learn from that, and I'm going to be more in an optimistic thinking. Instead of going to them and trying to bring that negativity back up in the air and doing all of that, you're just leading with love. You're like, you know what, let it go, move on, forgive, and keep going, right? Because you know why you did it at the end of the day. You know you did it out of love. We have adversity. And I use that statement because I feel like a lot of people go through that. Adversity, right? Accept the challenges are the best way to learn, which they are. Now, I wouldn't say they're the only way to learn, right? Sometimes you can just learn things just from reading a book or whatever, something so simple. But most people that are into these spirituality things are facing difficult situations. Hence why we stumble upon these type of things like card readings and motivational videos and stuff, because we go through depression stages. Why? Because we are very aware of our surroundings and aware of our feelings. We're very aware. You know what I mean? This is what happens to us when you're aware of things. So what I want you guys to do is just look at these tips, look at these advices as just life lessons, right? Moving forward. If you guys are going to do something, understand it's for a reason, and I promise you this. 10 years later, you're going to look back on it and appreciate them moments. Even if something terrible happened between you and someone or whatever the case is, you're going to be grateful for it. Nothing happens by accident. We have discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Simple as this. Have discipline with the things that you do. I don't care if you're a golfer, basketball player, whatever. It don't matter what you are. Just have discipline. And listen, once you get away from wanting things quickly, you put in your work, you be patient, you lead the rest up to the higher power, and things will work itself out. You just got to be disciplined. Now, you might not get, that's why it's important not to focus on what another person's doing. You might not get what this person, like if you're a basketball player, you might not get what Michael Jordan's got. You might not get 6 rings. You might not have this and this. But that's why you also got to remember, you got to focus on the love of the game. The love of the game doesn't just result into sports. Love of the game could be a therapist. Love of the game. I'm in love with, teaching, helping kids or helping, people's mind, getting the mind right. Doctor, I'm in love with my work. You're in love with the game, so focus on the game, focus on the discipline to the game, and everything should work itself out, or will work itself out eventually, because God ain't going to allow you to continue doing something that's going to destroy you guys, right? Capricorns, you learn to show gratitude. You guys learn to grow. You guys learn to grow. Sorry, hold on, let me start over. I'm sorry, my bad. So Capricorns, you guys learn to have gratitude within your life. You learn to expand with growth and awareness, right? You understand that friendship, everything you befriend is in your life for a reason. You guys are understanding to walk away from blame and accept responsibility. You guys are understanding courage. You guys are living with strength. You guys are learning to forgive and move on with love. You guys are coming away from regretting and more so looking at things from a life lesson point of view. You guys are trusting the process. You guys are also in a situation where you're learning that things that you lost allows you to appreciate more things moving forward. You guys are also practicing love and seeing good things in all, right? You guys are using your adversity, so you're accepting the challenges are best way to learn if you guys are going through things, and you guys are using your discipline throughout your work and life. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, if it resonated, if it didn't, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. See y'all soon.